All right, well, we're out here in Clinton, Mississippi. We are at the Clinton, Mississippi Car Show, and let's go see what we can get into. I'm out here with my daughter today, Lucy. She's playing camera holder for me, so let's get into it. Fellas here, they just like bad penny. How you doing? They like bad penny. Every time you turn around, they showing up.
One rule, guys.
One rule. What's the one rule?
Have fun.
Have fun. Okay.
One rule. Have fun. Nationwide.
Yeah, he's an alpha.
Well, y'all take turns driving.
This is how we keep the kids involved.
Okay, my name is Art Payne. This is the Cruisin' Clinton Car Show 2022, and this is the car that I've entered. It's a replica of a Shelby Daytona Cobra. Original cars were built in 1963 and 64, and they were built to race in Europe against Ferrari in the GT Championship, which these cars won in 1965. And this particular project I built as sort of a tribute to one of the 6 cars that Shelby built in 1965. This serial number for the replica is CSX 2601, and it was the car that won the race that garnered the points to win the championship that year. And it was the first time Ferrari had been beat in the GT category in FIA endurance racing in history. First time anybody but Ferrari ever won the championship. And this is a car that's based on a Factory 5 component car. I took it and probably unwisely decided, rather than build it by the instructions, to build it as good a replica as I could do with my fabrication skills. Again, as a tribute to that particular car, that 2601. It took 5.5 years to build it, and it's fun to drive. The engine is a small block Ford. Carburetors are Weber carbs. It's not ridiculous horsepower like you'll see on all these TV shows. 340 horsepower. The race cars back then were actually generating 360, 370 horsepower, and that's the reason they were race cars, and this is not. I drive this car, try to get it out once a week or every 2 weeks. Not really practical in the summertime because it's like driving in an oven. But it's so hot in the car because of the aluminum construction is a heat sink, and well, most of the time it's a short trips in the summertime. More fun to drive in the winter when the ambient temperature is 50 degrees or less. And anything else you'd like to know about it?
Yeah, let's take a look under the hood.
Sure.
I think you actually know my neighbors.
I may. All right, this is a look at the engine. It's a small block Ford 289 block, which we sourced in Texas. I did not build the engine on this project. Jeff Burrows at Jackson Cylinder Head Service did so, and this is Weber carburetors, pretty much as accurate to the original as I could get it. Now, obviously, there are some things that I just could not replicate, but it was my best effort at getting an accurate approximation of the original car. Not really hard to drive as far as driving it around. Steering's manual, so it's pretty heavy on the steering. Once you get over 50 miles an hour, it really is very light. The engine is placed back in the chassis, farther back than it would be in a passenger car, so the car is more nearly balanced front to back, and that was done intentionally when they designed the car. The project was something I started. There were times when I got tired of looking at it, to be honest with you, but I was glad to finish it, and it's a big kick getting these folks out here and seeing how they enjoy the car. You don't see, well, you never see these, and I've never seen an original car. I've seen pictures of them in TV, YouTube shows and so forth, but of the 6 cars, one is owned by one of the Walmart heirs, one of the sons of Sam Walton. One's owned by a collector in Japan. One's in Argentina. The one's I think in either Germany or Switzerland. I'm not sure which. And this is the replica here is the car that's in Argentina, 2601 serial number. And that's pretty much all that's interesting about it, unless you need to know something else.
No, sir. I appreciate you sharing your car with me. You've done a great job.
Certainly, no problem.
Making a great replica of you. So I appreciate you sharing your car with me.
Glad to have you come out.
melody done over 600 times by different artists, but that by far is old DJ Dave's favorite because I'm a Righteous Brothers fanatic. Bill Medley, Bobby Hatfield, of course, that was solo by Bobby Hatfield. Story goes that Bill Medley stood beside him in the studio holding his hand while he did that. But man, that's unbelievable. Richard, that one's for you, buddy. Okay, second part of my triple play for 3.
I'm Richard Reiger. This is a 1969 Subaru 360 that's been converted to an electric car.
What can you tell me about it?
So I picked up this car off Facebook Marketplace down in Brookhaven, Mississippi. When I got it, it had a bad motor in it. The little lady that had it supposedly never put oil in it, and these were two-stroke engines originally and had a separate oil canister, and she never knew supposedly that she had to add oil about every third fuel tank fill up. So pistons were seized in it, so I went ahead and broke all that down. The motor that's in it now is a General Electric motor. I have a Taylor Dunn cart that's hooked to the original crankshaft. Still keeps the 4-speed transmission along with that. All golf cart and Taylor Dunn parts have been incorporated in it to make it usable. It's basically a glorified golf cart at the moment. Maybe in the future when electric stuff gets a little cheaper, it'll eventually maybe get to the point where we can make it fully streetable. They make the stuff now, I just can't afford it. So maybe one of these days when prices drop, it'll be obtainable. But it's been work in progress. Had to do a ton of rust repair on it, and I've just recently finished that up. And still working on the interior, but got most of it done, got most of the body work done. Just waiting for paint, and got mechanically it's good to go. So all the wiring's done, and it's hopefully be finishing up shortly, and it'll be a finished car soon.
Well, I appreciate you talking to me.
Not a problem. Enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And my understanding is now they will be right up here in the middle of things. So again, be thinking about that for 1:30.
My name is Jan Jeffrey Hoover. We have a 1974 Super Beetle convertible here, and I really can't take credit or blame for the condition it's in because we bought it just 3 months ago. So we pretty much bought it as is. We're making some little fix-ups on it. There's some problems with the trim. We're missing a window handle. It's just little stuff like that. But it already runs great, and it's a lot of fun to drive. And the reason we're here at the car show today, other than just being at the car show, is that I am a student at the Mississippi University for Women in the Master of Fine Arts program in creative writing. And as a writing project, I am collecting people's stories about their Volkswagens. And so as people come by, we try to lure them with little rubber ducks and plastic leis and get them to tell us their stories about Volkswagen Beetles.
Just a reminder, awards are at 1:30.
I don't know about all that.
I can still
It's nice
see
out here.
a lot of great
Nice.
shady spots for chairs. So if you're looking for shade for the award ceremony, I'd get up here with your chair.